Welcome to a world where rustic charm meets timeless elegance. Today, we're exploring the cottagecore tiny home that defines class. This isn't just a house, it's a lifestyle, a feeling, a movement. Nestled in a peaceful clearing surrounded by wildflowers and whispering trees, this tiny home embraces the core ideals of cottagecore: simplicity, sustainability, and warmth, all while elevating design to an entirely new level. Get ready to step into a storybook brought to life in under 400 square feet. Cottagecore is more than just a design aesthetic, it's a way of reconnecting with nature and honoring the beauty of the past. This tiny home masterfully embodies that ethos with weathered textures, heirloom-inspired decor, and a layout that feels both cozy and grand. From its picket fence to its delicate lace curtains, every detail tells a story of intentional living and understated class. This is where old-world charm meets modern sensibility in the most magical of ways. The exterior of this tiny home makes an immediate impression. Clad in soft cream wood siding with pale sage green trim, the home is accentuated with climbing roses, a thatched-style tin roof, and antique brass lanterns. A petite front porch adorned with a vintage rocking chair invites guests to pause and admire the surroundings. It's like stepping into a living painting, and this is only the beginning of the home's visual journey. Surrounding the home is a flourishing garden straight out of a pastoral dream. Raised vegetable beds line the back while wildflowers and herbs wrap around the home in organized chaos. Stone stepping paths lead to a tucked-away seating nook beneath a vine-draped arbor. It's not just landscaping, it's a curated natural sanctuary. This garden doesn't just complement the home, it's an extension of its soul, fostering peace, creativity, and self-sufficiency. The moment you step through the reclaimed oak front door, you're greeted by a delicate scent of dried lavender and cedarwood. The entryway features a small wooden bench with handwoven baskets for shoes and a vintage coat hook rail. Soft ambient lighting glows from a ceramic sconce, and lace doilies decorate the narrow entry shelf. It's welcoming, warm, and immediately gives you the sense that every object has purpose and history. The living room is the heart of the home, and it does not disappoint. A petite tufted love seat in dusty rose faces a hand-built oak coffee table adorned with antique books and dried florals. White painted shiplap walls are offset with exposed wood beams, and a soft wool rug adds texture underfoot. There's even a cast-iron mini-wood stove nestled in a corner for chilly nights. Nothing screams class like a cozy fire and a cup of herbal tea. Large windows dominate the living space, framed with linen curtains that dance in the breeze. These windows not only flood the interior with golden sunlight but also frame picture-perfect views of the surrounding garden and forest. Window seats with embroidered cushions provide the ideal spot for reading, writing, or daydreaming. The use of natural light and scenery is intentional, giving the home a sense of depth and serenity far beyond its square footage. Materials used throughout the home are central to its cottagecore charm. Think reclaimed barnwood floors, brushed brass hardware, stone countertops, and hand-thrown ceramic fixtures. There's no plastic here, only honest, lasting textures that feel good to touch and grow more beautiful with age. This dedication to authenticity is what separates this tiny home from trends. It feels timeless, grounded, and inherently luxurious in a quiet, subtle way. the kitchen is both functional and photogenic. Open shelving made from old wine crates showcases copper pots, mason jars, and vintage teacups. A farmhouse sink with a tall, elegant brass faucet sits below a wide window offering uninterrupted garden views. The countertop space may be limited, but it's cleverly designed. There's even a drop-leaf butcher block for extra prep room. This is where slow cooking, canning, and tea brewing take place, all in style. Every nook and cranny in this home has been optimized for storage without sacrificing aesthetics. Under the stairs are drawers with vintage brass handles. The walls hide fold-out pantry racks and spice shelves. Even the coffee table opens to reveal a blanket chest. In a tiny space, smart storage is essential, and here, it's done so seamlessly you almost don't notice it. That's the art of cottagecore class. Functionality dressed in beauty. Tucked next to the kitchen is a sweet little dining nook with a two-seater antique table and mismatched wooden chairs. A lace runner, hand-painted crockery, and an oil lamp centerpiece make every meal feel like a romantic event. A built-in bookshelf surrounds the nook, filled with gardening books and vintage cookbooks. Meals here aren't rushed, they're savored. It's a place for slow breakfasts, handwritten letters, and candlelit dinners. Climb the wooden ladder to the loft, and you'll discover a bedroom that feels like sleeping in a cloud. The bed is framed with floral quilts and layered in linen pillows. Soft twinkle lights add ambience, while a tiny skylight allows for stargazing. Despite the small footprint, there's a sense of openness and calm. A narrow book ledge, a small antique mirror, and fresh eucalyptus by the window complete the space. It's intimate and irresistibly charming. Texture plays a huge role in defining the aesthetic of this home. Every surface is soft, warm, and welcoming, from knitted throws and embroidered cushions to natural linen curtains and woven rugs. These textures don't just look beautiful, they contribute to the overall comfort and luxury of the space. You can't help but want to curl up with a book or enjoy a slow morning in bed, and that's exactly the point. The bathroom may be compact, but it feels like a boutique spa. A clawfoot tub, small but deep, sits beneath a frosted window. The walls are clad in beadboard painted a soft sage, and a vintage medicine cabinet hangs above a porcelain sink. Brass fittings and a lace shower curtain give the space an old-world elegance. It's a room that proves you don't need a lot of space to create a luxurious, restorative atmosphere. Lighting in this tiny home is deliberately warm and nostalgic. Instead of harsh overhead lights, there are wall sconces, hanging Edison bulbs, and table lamps with lace shades. At night, the home glows like a firefly, gentle, flickering, and golden. The lighting supports the cottagecore mood, encouraging slower living and gentle transitions from day to night. It makes the entire home feel like a sanctuary at any hour. Scent is a subtle but powerful element of the home's ambience. Dried herbs, beeswax candles, and homemade potpourri infuse the space with calming, earthy aromas. Lavender hangs in bundles in the entryway, while cinnamon and orange simmer on the stove during cooler months. These natural scents are part of the sensory luxury of this tiny home, grounding, calming, and oh so classy. Even the family pets have their space here. A built-in nook under the stairs serves as a cozy dog bed framed with gingham curtains. A cat perch by the window allows for endless birdwatching. Cottagecore living includes every member of the household, furry ones too, and this home doesn't forget that. Even pet accessories are thoughtfully chosen to match the decor. This tiny home transforms with the seasons without losing its character. In spring, fresh daffodils and pastel bunting brighten the interior. Summer brings open windows, linen throws, and bowls of berries. Autumn is welcomed with dried corn stalks and pumpkin decor, while winter glows with garlands, wool blankets, and the smell of pine. It's not just a home, it's a celebration of seasonal living. This space was built to inspire. A writing nook with a manual typewriter and a view of the garden sits beneath the stairs. A wall-mounted easel waits for watercolor days, and a small harp stands in the corner. Whether you're a gardener, a painter, or a poet, this home supports your passions. Cottagecore living is creative living, and this home understands that deeply. Sustainability is another pillar of cottagecore life. This tiny home uses solar panels for energy, a composting toilet, and a rainwater harvesting system, all subtly integrated into the design. Class, in this case, means living gently on the earth. There's no compromise between style and sustainability here, they go hand in hand, proving that green living can be both elegant and effective. While the vibe is vintage, this home discreetly includes modern tech. Wi-Fi routers are tucked behind vintage books. A sound system is hidden in a vintage radio shell. Even the lighting can be controlled by app, though it all looks perfectly analog. It's the perfect balance, the comforts of modern living without the visual clutter. Hosting in a tiny home may seem challenging, but not here. The outdoor patio features foldable chairs, a fire pit, and a hanging lantern chandelier for magical evening gatherings. Indoors, the dining nook easily expands to accommodate 4. Even tea parties feel like grand events in this carefully curated space. Hospitality, after all, is a cornerstone of true class. One of the most beautiful things about this home is how it's designed to age. Wood gains character, metals patina, fabrics soften. Nothing here is meant to be disposable. This home invites wear and memory, giving it a soul that grows deeper over time. It's a quiet kind of luxury, one that only improves with age. Living in a space like this affects more than your daily routine, it shifts your mindset. You start to savor moments, simplify habits, and appreciate beauty in the everyday. There's a peace that comes with this lifestyle, a romanticism that's deeply grounding. It's not just where you live, it's how you live. And that, more than anything, defines true class. This cottagecore tiny home redefines what it means to live simply yet luxuriously. It's a poetic blend of old and new, nature and nurture, utility and beauty. In under 400 square feet, it manages to create a world where every day feels intentional and every detail matters. If you've ever dreamed of living in a home that feels like a warm hug and looks like a vintage fairy tale, this is it. This is the cottagecore tiny home that truly defines class.